My name is Aki Ashe. I'm the author of The Power of Dressing. I'm the chairman and CEO for Ashe Enterprises, which is a holding company for companies that are in real estate, publishing, education, apparel, and we also have a lending company as well. The story that led me to writing The Power of Dressing, how dressing for success can transform your life, was me basically starting a neckwear business from my Brooklyn apartment, which basically led me into talking to students at high schools and colleges in New York City. So from my exposure in these high schools and colleges, I got the opportunity to speak to students on a daily basis. So I basically, one day after I was teaching the students about dressing for success, business, finance, and real estate, she said, can I write some of my story and write some of the stuff that I know down inside of a book? And I said, I can, write stuff down maybe like on a piece of paper, and I can, leave it with the students, because I never wrote a book before. It never even crossed my mind. I wasn't into writing at all. I was more into business, which was buying something at wholesale and selling it retail. So basically, what I did when she told me to write something, what I did was I created a brochure, and I wrote down my ideas and thoughts about what I thought about dressing in business. And I printed out a lot of brochures. I bought those brochures to the high schools and colleges, and after I would give my speeches and talks and lectures, I would pass those out to the high school students and the college students. And then from there, a president of a college was reading my brochure one day, and he contacted me, and he said, Aki, I really love this information that you have down on the brochure. You should write more like content in your brochure. So from there, I started writing like 10-page catalogs. So I did like a catalog. I still wasn't sure about the book realm yet. I didn't know how to go about publishing it or anything like that. So long story short, I end up writing as much as I could, and that turned out to be about 30 pages. So the first book that I ever wrote and put out was called The Power of Perception. And now it transformed to The Power of Dressing as we go years later. But so that first book called The Power of Perception, which was 30 pages, it talked about dressing for success and talked about how I started my first business from the ground up called Brooklyn United Ties. So when I wrote those on 30 pages, I found an independent publishing company in New York City, where they basically gave me the opportunity to basically, they were able to publish my book for me. So that was my first start. And from that book, The Power of Perception, I ended up, I think they published about 500 copies for me. And I took those copies to the high school and colleges. And after I would give my presentations, my lectures and seminars, I would pass out free copies of the book. So I did this maybe for about 2 months. After I did this for about 2 months, I didn't get paid. I didn't get a paycheck or anything. After the 2 months, one of the presidents of the college calls me one day in for a meeting. He sits down with me, and he says, I really love this 30-page book that you had called The Power of Perception. And I just want to, give you something, in regards to you helping the college students and, around the campus and, things of that nature. So he ends up signing me a check, for a great amount of money. And that's kind of was my introduction to writing. I didn't write it's kind of funny. When I first started writing, I didn't write to make a profit off of it. I wrote to spread a message to help high school students and college students dress for success and learn a little about business, finance, and real estate. And then through the years, from that 30-page book, every month I would write like 5 pages every day. So now the book is up to about 215 pages, I believe, or 230 pages. And it has basically attracted a lot of different people into my life. It actually attracted me different mentors and things of that nature. Some authors that already have best-selling books. So this is how I basically started off my writing journey. It wasn't by something that I planned. It was just like a opportunity that got presented to me, an idea that a teacher and a president of a college gave me, and I just acted on that idea. I didn't even think about it. I just wrote everything down, spread the message, didn't expect to get paid from it or nothing. And that's kind of how I started writing books. And it's been like a snowballing process. I've been getting reached out from other authors that want to co-author books with me. And I'm like always looking to collaborate with other writers, and just you don't even have to be a writer. You just could be a person that has an idea, has a story, and wants to be part of a book. So that's how I started. So what's the power of dressing about? So the power of dressing is about wearing clothes that can have people have like a positive outlook on you, whether you're going for jobs or you're like meeting new people. It makes you feel better, and the better that you feel, the more that people are going to be attracted to you and either want to hire you or do business with you. So basically the book is about, it shows you basically how to wear a suit, right? So it basically shows you like the different dimensions of how to wear like a dress shirt, how to wear a suit. And these are just guidelines. These are not strict things like, you know, this is how you have to do it. This is how you have to do it. These are just the fundamentals of dressing. So this is kind of what this book is about, in a sense. And it's more too about like a mindset, right? Dressing for success, or dressing in general, is more about a mindset. It's not just about like the outside appearance. It's also about like what you have going on inside as well, because what you believe of yourself or think of yourself inside, everything is going to show outside. That's how your life is going to play out. So it's all about, you know, dressing well, speaking well, and just envisioning yourself as the person that you want to be, or like want to become. You know, I always heard this quote, like, don't dress for the role you're in now, dress for the role that the job you're going for. So I think that basically dressing for success is about like dressing for the end and not the beginning. And I hope this information in the book is very beneficial to you, and I hope it can transform your life like it did mine. What had inspired me to write the book, Power of Dressing, was something that I use throughout my life on a daily basis. Was about how you basically, almost in a way, advertise yourself in a way. Like when you're going on job interviews, the first impression that they have of you, I notice is very important. So, you know, sometimes the first impression might be like the resume. So they might see your resume, see if you went to college, see what type of jobs that you work, what type of experience that you have that's necessary or relates to the job, that the field that you're going into. And then when they basically call you in for the interview, it's sometimes like how well you carry yourself and how you present yourself as well. So this is something that I learned through in childhood. Growing up as a African American male, black male, I was always taught by my parents that, specifically my mother, that since I was a black man, I would always be judged on how I would look because of the color of my skin, without a person actually getting to know me. So I kind of had to make sure every time I went out the house, I had to make sure kind of everything was on point, make sure your teeth was brushed, make sure you took a shower, make sure you were always presentable and you talked in, a manner where people wouldn't be afraid of you. So these were ideals and tangible ideals that I translated from home into the workplace, into the world. So I wanted to share my experiences and my outlook, and if I felt like it would work for me, I felt like I wanted to share the message that it'll work for other people as well. So this is why I wrote the book Power of Dressing. So basically every book and things that I write are usually like something that has to do with my life. And I hope that it can impact not only high school students and college students. I hope it can impact adults as well, and anybody that's transitioning into the workforce, or just in life, just want to feel better. Sometimes when you dress better, you just feel better and great things happen to you. So this is why I wrote The Power of Dressing. Yes, I absolutely do plan on writing more books. I'm in the works right now of some books with different co-authors that are on business-related topics and real estate related topics that I hope to share with the world, that can benefit people that want a different outlook or more information about business, real estate, and such topics. So I'm very grateful and thankful that I went into writing books kind of by accident. But the thing I like about it is you get to impact people's lives, and you also get to collaborate with other people and other genres that you wouldn't necessarily be exposed to collaborate with. So I love to impact people as an individual, and I also like to impact people as a group, as a team. I feel that everybody has a story, and I think that their story should be shared with the world as well. Like, I can only share stories that I know to help people, but that is only going to go but so far. It might be somebody else that had different experiences and different stories that can cater to a certain demographic or different population. For example, maybe a person has been like a drug user all their life, and now they're clean. So I haven't never experienced drugs in my lifetime. I've never been addicted. So I think that a person that has a story like that maybe was addicted to drugs or overcame something in their life can share their story, and it can benefit more people as well. So if you have a story and you would like to share a story, you can also partner with me or co-author with me. You can contact me, and I'll have my contact details, so you can contact me, and we could possibly write a book together or co-author, a partner. I would love to hear your ideas. So my process to writing a book is basically, I always like to basically know the topic of what I'm gonna write about. So usually I'll start with like the title and then like the format. So I try to format all my chapters first, and then I break it up to activities that I can do every day or every week that can like lead up to the ultimate goal, which is a complete book. So I might write sometimes maybe like a page at night a day, and then I stack that up over maybe 2 years or 1 year. Because if you write 1 page a year, that's 365 pages. There's your book. But sometimes it doesn't always flow in that manner. You might be good. I might be like on point for 5 days, and I might not write for another week. So I always try to give myself time, and I try not to rush the process, because I want to make sure that I'm creating as much value as I can for people that read my book, and just as much value that I can get out of my stories. Because sometimes when you're like writing, you forget to add certain things. Like there's so many, like it's like once you start writing, it's hard to stop. It's like once you start talking, it's hard to stop talking. But so that's kind of my process. I try to keep it very simple and very practical. And the thing is, things just take time. It's not something that happens like overnight. It's something that takes time, and it might take you 5-10 years just for one story, but it's okay, because as long as it impacts one life, who cares? That's all you want. It's bigger. It's gonna make more great in the world, whether you impact one person, one family, and change your lives, because that person is gonna go on and change other people's lives as well, and it's gonna be like a domino effect. So but that's kind of like my process for writing stories, articles, or books. So when I wrote the book, The Power of Dressing, it was like, a person would have to read it. But then I realized, like, say, if you're driving, you can have something that you can listen to as well. And I also wanted to not only add things about dressing in the music album that I did, the mixtape album. I wanted to also share other experiences through music that I had in regards to business and my experience. So I did an album called Self-Made, Becoming Your Best Self, mixtape, a music album that can be downloaded on my website for free at akiashe.com. So you can download the album for free, and if the album was any value to you, there is a proud to pay option on there where you can actually buy the music. There's a link on there where you can buy it as well. And it's nice to be able to share my experience, not just through the written word, but through the spoken word as well, because not everybody learns through reading something. Some people learn through hearing something, and some people learn through seeing something. So I'm trying to cover all bases to get people to learn. And also we will have our books translated to different languages. So it's going to be translated to Spanish, German, to Mandarin. So we're now in the works of trying to get our message and my words spread to more people. So the Aki Ashe Scholarship Fund is basically a fund for students that are doing a transition from high school to college, and for students that are in college as well. Basically, we offer scholarships for individuals that need help with funding their tuition. So if you go on akiashe.com, you'll see a tab that says scholarship. You click on that tab, and you would have an application form that's there. You download that application form, you can fill it out, and then you can submit it to us. I believe the ages to apply is from 18 to 24, to be exact. And so you basically fill that form out, and we will select a winner of the scholarship, and we'll basically send that tuition payment straight to your college for you. And I put that scholarship fund together because I know what it was like going to college. I went to John Jay College of Criminal Justice in Manhattan, and I know what it's like to get out of college and owe loans and things of that nature. And it's hard sometimes paying that back. It's nice to get some help with financing, so when you get out of school, you have a head start. You don't have to pay this debt that is over your head, and you can start to build and save money and try to build wealth while you're on this earth. All right, so if you want to donate to the Aki Ashe Scholarship Fund, basically what you do, you go to akiashe.com, which is my website. You go there, you click the contact page, you fill out the form that is there, the contact form. And when you fill that form out, specify that you want to donate to the scholarship fund, and somebody from my office will contact you, and we will arrange things and set that payment up. So we're gonna have business classes. We're gonna have classes on credit, classes on like real estate, how to buy your first property, how to invest in real estate, buy your first multifamily property. We're gonna have classes on publishing, how to write your first book, how to publish your first book, and coaching and mentorship. I do believe, and I see the value that you have to be under supervision or somebody that has went down your path before, so they can coach you, and it's a faster way to get to where you want to be. When I first started off, I didn't have any mentor, so I was just basically mentoring myself. I was like, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to create? And I will go out there in the world and I would do it. Some people come up like that. That's how I came up. But if I had to do it over again, I would see if I can try to tap in a mentor. And sometimes when you're first starting off, it's great to do as much as you can, and then you'll attract the right people to you to help you get to that next level. So I think that this academy, this the school about investing in yourself, I'm going to be mentoring others, and as people join the academy, they'll have opportunities to partner with me and like what I'm doing as well. So for example, like if I have a book that I'm writing, they'll be able to be a part of it. If I'm investing in a multifamily property or something, they'll have access to invest with me, and they'll also have access to the events that I do with other people as well, whether it's an author, whether it's a business leader, politician, or celebrity or whatever. So we're basically when you join our academy, you're basically joining a team, so you'll have access to everything that we're doing. So I look forward to seeing you at the academy. Continue to check my website, akiashe.com, and we will have a link there where you can basically sign up to join. So I see you there at akiashe.com.